Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Synter Resource Group from their credit report. And actually, in many cases, this is without paying a debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. For example, if you know or you believe that Synter Resource Group or actually any of the accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any other major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And in those situations, we work with a network of local attorneys that can work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. But if no issues like that exist and you just really want the accounts removed from your credit report, we can certainly help with that too. Just give us a call today. Our number will be in the description area below. And with that, what I want to do with the rest of this video is I want to talk about the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Synter Resource Group? Now, I put this one at the top of the list because, we have a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And really it makes sense because few people are taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So let's go on to who is Synter Group, Synter Resource Group, and why are they on your credit report? So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? So, for example, let's imagine that you, for whatever reason, have an unpaid card with Capital One, and it's $1,000. Synter Resource Group could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So yeah, these companies can make a lot of money, and actually damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is the primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, what many people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report does not actually remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, paid or not. So a lot of time, paying isn't in your best interest and really could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, paying a debt can even hurt your score further, okay? In addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters, call a lot, even calling family members and colleagues. And if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case that you want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Should you negotiate a settlement with Synter Resource Group? I look at it this way. Settling your debt with Synter Resource Group depends on your goal, okay? Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. Now, why do I say that? Well, because like I mentioned before, even if you pay a collection, that will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. So instead, we always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. how do you remove Synter Resource Group from your credit report, right? So it works like this. The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Now, I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem, but that's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but be prepared that you may spend weeks, maybe months, learning how to do it properly. However, if you'd like to hire a professional to handle it for you, you can ensure that it's done properly the first time and save the extra time. And we're happy to do that for you. We've dealt with Synter Resource Group accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'd be happy to take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get Synter Resource Group to stop calling you? Right. So yeah, as I mentioned before, Synter Resource Group will be calling you if they haven't already. It's their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Moving on here, will Synter Resource Group try suing or garnishing my wages? So Synter Resource Group suing is unlikely. It can and does happen, but honestly, in our experience, it's rare. There are many laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Synter Resource Group? So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Synter Resource Group has purchased. Synter Resource Group is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA, and as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. Now, these acts can seem very complicated, but they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use them properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, that's not a problem. You can give us a call, and we can discuss your options with you. Again, you'll see our number in the description. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope this helped you out.